Hello, my name is Henry Heck, and I am the City Clerk here in Rutland City. I would like to thank PEG TV for this opportunity to try and explain or educate the voters of Rutland City on what has been happening with what we are calling the redistricting, or the new voting criteria that has been administered by the state of Vermont. So hopefully today, over the next couple minutes, I'm going to be able to make you feel a little better about what is going to be happening for the primary election, November election, and the upcoming March election as well. So whatever polling location you folks get assigned to, this will now be your new polling location for approximately the next 10 years, as the census only happens every 10 years. So if I may, this big chart here in the middle is a chart specific to every street here in the city of Rutland. You'll notice there are designated colors. Christ or Godnick Center is in blue, Christ the King is in green, American Legion is orange, and Calvary Bible is yellow. And these are the 4 polling locations that now exist in the city and will continue to be utilized by our voters here. So the main emphasis is that when the redistricting came about, the state changed about, I think it was 37.4% of our streets, meaning that the old polling location will be designated to a new polling location. If I may, I can show you here a little clearer. In our Ward 2 district, or what was Ward 2 is now Christ the King. You can see that in blue, the old polling locations all came from the Godnick Center, will now be moving to Christ the King. So when we look at these smaller side charts, the Godnick Center doesn't get changed as much because they basically lost more of their registered voters as Ward 1 is now merged with Rutland Town for the state-run elections. So that is the reason why it's a little smaller. But when we look at our Christ the King ward, we look at our American Legion ward. The American Legion has picked up quite a few folks from Christ the King and the Godnick Center. And then our Ward 4 Calvary Bible, they have picked up some folks from Godnick and the rest from the American Legion. So what we're trying to do here today is to hopefully get people, voters specifically, who may not know what is going on with their polling location, to call into the treasurer or to the clerk's office, or to stop by the clerk's office, and to just verify, where they'll be voting. There will be some confusion on primary day as far as that goes. We will apologize for that ahead of time. But once these new designated districting lines have been established, these will be your polling locations moving forward. And if I may, I can show you a couple examples specifically with Ward 1. On the south side of Woodstock Avenue, everything that used to be Ward 1 is now going to be voting at Christ the King. So when we look at Killington Avenue, we do have what we're classifying as all sides or even and odd. Killington Avenue is a large street. It's broken down into 5 different segments. But you can see that some of the folks on Killington Avenue will continue to be at Christ the King. Folks that were at the Godnick Center will be moving to Christ the King. And this is for basically a majority of the odd numbers that start at 159 or house number 159 and move on up. A few of these folks that are on the lower end of Killington Avenue, 15 through 39, they used to be at Christ the King. They're going to be going to the American Legion. So what we have here, again, is just the education piece or the re-educating of our voters to make sure that you understand there is a significant change in polling locations for approximately 3,400 to 3,600 of our registered voters. So what we're really trying to do today is to make sure you understand There is a change. If you're interested and you want to learn about that change, to please contact the clerk's office, and we will assist you at making sure you understand where your new polling location will be, and to get you in that right frame of mind. So if you want to go to your polls for the primary, the November general election, or our March election in 2023, that you will be all set to go. And as you may also know, in case you don't go to the polls, if you're requesting an absentee ballot, we're more than happy to fulfill that request for you. We'll send you the ballot. You just need to fill it out, put it in the envelope, sign it, and send it back to us. And we'll go ahead and make sure it gets placed in the right polling location to be counted at voting day. So, again, I hope that this presentation here will help set some examples about how you can obtain information for the new guidelines that have come out. The Rutland Herald has done a couple article pieces. We appreciate their guidance in helping us re-educate the voters out there. And again, a special thanks to PEG TV for allowing us to come in and do a small presentation today to help the voters understand what is coming for them for the next several elections over the next several years as far as that goes. Again, my name is Henry Heck, City Clerk here in Rutland. Thank you again.